is looking for ways to improve their consistency. Sandon Ilif is looking relatively composed going through Valvoline Gerade.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Greg Hofford is trying to find that extra performance. Greg Hofford is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.19 seconds down.
Greg Hofar is likely taking a deep breath to try and refocus their efforts.
It looks like Jacobus Basson is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right.
These are the moments that really matter. Let's see if Jacobus Basson can deliver.
Jacobus Basson appears focused and prepared driving through Flatshot. Sean Motter is looking for ways to improve their consistency.
They'll need to put together a perfect lap, hitting every apex and pushing the car to the limit without going over it.
Sean Motter is driving through Texaco Chicane. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Sandon Ilif is looking relatively composed going through Texaco Chicane.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
It seems like Sandon Ilif is struggling, currently 0.59 off their best pace. JP Brand will be happy having put themselves into first in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower. They need to drive smooth and smart.
The adrenaline is pumping. Jonathan Visser is on their out lap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. It's all about strategy in these early moments. Greg Hofford is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run and get everything just right.
This is the moment they've been preparing for. Let's see if they can execute.
Greg Hofford will be happy having put themselves into third in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Sandon Ilif is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Sandon Ilif appears focused and prepared driving through Bosch curve.
I have always loved this section of the track.
Greg Hoffert is trying to find that extra performance.
Every driver needs something different, Lucy. Some drivers excel when they push harder, while other drivers benefit more from relaxing and being in a flow state.
Greg Hoffert is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.21 seconds down.
Greg Hoffart needs to refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of.
Sandon Ilif is on their out lap.
It's a delicate balance between taking it easy and pushing hard. Let's see how Sandon Ilif handles it.
Sandon Ilif will be happy having put themselves into fourth in this qualifying session.
It may be difficult for them to improve further on that. Sometimes trying too hard makes you slower, they need to drive smooth and smart.
Sandon Ilif is driving through flat shock.
There's not much better than sitting near here and watching the cars speed by.
Greg Hoffert is looking for ways to improve their consistency. Greg Hoffert is looking relatively composed going through Bosch curve.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Sandon Ilif is trying to find that extra performance.
Good question, Lucy. It's all or nothing now. They need to stay focused, hit their marks, and extract every ounce of performance from that car to move up the grid.
Sandon Ilif appears focused and prepared driving through Texaco chicane. Impressive work from Greg Hoffert, who has claimed third on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position.
You hit the nail on the head, Lucy. Greg Hoffart's current position of third is a testament to their skill and determination. Now, they must stay sharp to make the most of this opportunity.
A strong showing from Jonathan Visser as they currently sit in fifth. With the session drawing to a close, they'll need to dig deep and find that extra burst of speed to improve. Jonathan Visser is driving through Dr. Tyrock curve and is up -0.28.
All we can do now is wish Jonathan Visser luck as they continue their way to start, finish.
A solid qualifying performance by Sandon Ilif, positioning them in fourth at the moment. The question now is whether they can make further progress and challenge the frontrunners.
Couldn't agree more, Lucy. Sandon Ilif has positioned themselves impressively in fourth. Now, they need to build on this foundation and strive for an even better race result.
Sandon Ilif is driving through Bosch curve. And there goes Jonathan Visser, currently in position 5. They've shown great skill and consistency so far, but with a few minutes left, there's still time to improve their result. Jonathan Visser has improved by -0.53 up through Jochen Rindt curve.
Safety car.
Jonathan
Speed
Visser will be
100
happy
kilometers
having
per
put
hour.
themselves into fifth in this qualifying session.
Every fraction of a second counts. I'm sure they can find a little extra in there.
You've joined us on a breezy day here at Spielberg 1974,
Safety car.
as we're
Speed
getting ready to
100
get things
kilometers per
underway.
hour.
The drivers are looking focused out there on the grid. I'm excited for this one, Lucy.
Jamie Nichols has qualified second.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
Taking the third spot is Sean Motter.
It's not always easy to get the SSM Audi A4R9 DTM this high up the starting grid.
The fourth position belongs to Greg Crawford. And in fifth place, we have Sandon Illich.
Sandon Illich is looking on for a strong result.
The lights go out, and we are off to a flying start.
With adrenaline running high, some drivers may take unnecessary risks. Staying patient and knowing when to make a move is essential for a strong start.
JP Brand will be studying the nearby drivers and looking for anything that could give them an advantage.
What a beautiful day for racing here at
Safety
Spielberg
car.
1974.
Speed 100 kilometers per
This is
hour.
going to be good to watch.
I think passing is going to be difficult today here at Spielberg 1974, so it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers get on.
It all comes down to this, Lucy, where the rubber meets the road. There's no more time for talk, no more practice. The teams have done all they can, now it comes down to Jamie Nichols to bring it home.
All the drivers will be trying to take advantage of the pack whilst they're still bunched up.
Like gladiators they enter, Lucy, but instead of lions and swords our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
The racing is normally closely fought here at Spielberg 1974. I think we are in for a cracking race. Look at the way the drivers are hugging those corners. It's like they're on rails.
Speaking of rails, did you know that the first racetrack was built on a railway in 1896? I bet those drivers were chugging along.
All joking aside, I bet they will. Things have come a long way since then, haven't they?
Definitely, it's amazing to think about the technology that goes into these cars now. I mean, they have more computing power than some countries.
This is a thrilling battle as Jonathan Visser edges closer to Ernest Basson in their fight for P9.
The racing is getting tight between Jonathan Visser and Ernest Basson as they battle for P9. No doubt, both drivers know that one mistake could cost them the position. It's a test of nerves as much as skill.
The action is heating up here as Sean Motter is in second, defending from Jamie Nichols, who is only 0.3 seconds away. Things are heating up as Jamie Nichols tries to close the gap to Sean Motter.
One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Jamie Nichols needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. I would not be surprised if these drivers swap positions a few times before the order gets ultimately decided.
I couldn't agree more, Lucy. The proximity of these cars is incredible. The precision and trust these drivers have in each other is truly remarkable.
We got a close battle as Sandon Illich closes in on Jacobus Basson. A commanding performance from Ernest Besson, who has increased their lead over Peter Geldenhuys, putting them firmly in their rear-view mirrors. The battle for 9 is heating up as Peter Geldenhuys tries to catch Ernest Besson in P9.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. Peter Geldenhuys is really walking that fine line.
Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between JP Brand in second and Jamie Nichols. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.4 seconds. Oh, this is getting intense. Jamie Nichols is just a few car lengths behind JP Brand. Three cars, three different lines. They're jockeying for position, looking for any opportunity to make a move.
No doubt about it, Lucy. The battle for supremacy between these drivers is fierce. The way they navigate through those tight corners is a testament to their skill and determination.
Every move counts now as Jacobus Besson works to reel in Sandon Illich and overtake for P6.
The mental game is just as important here. Jacobus Besson must keep their cool while putting pressure on Sandon Illich.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Peter Geldenhuys is right behind Ernest Besson, keeping the pressure on for 9th place.
If things go wrong between Peter Geldenhuys and Ernest Besson, they could be exchanging more than just paint, like maybe a strongly worded post-race chat.
The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
This is where the mental game comes into play. JP Brand and Sean Mater both need to stay cool under pressure.
The race is really heating up. Jamie Nichols is hunting down JP Brand with everything they've got.
You can see that car bouncing around as they ride the curves. It's a risky move that could end in disaster.
It's a battle out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other.
If this battle ends in tears, it could be like watching a high-speed domino effect, but let's hope they keep it clean and avoid any unplanned games.
This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit.
That's right, Ernest Besson is determined to pass Peter Geldenhuys and secure a higher position.
Hold your breath, folks. Ernest Besson is sandwiched between two relentless competitors. Duald Lambert 0.1 seconds behind and Peter Geldenhuys 0.1 seconds ahead. They're fighting tooth and nail for every position. The delta between Jamie Nichols in third and JP Brand remains over a second, but Jamie Nichols is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 17 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
That's right, Jamie Nichols in third knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But JP Brand is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
The intensity is off the charts as Sandon Illich hounds Joni Geldenhuys, both drivers pushing themselves to the absolute limit.
It's going to be a close one. Sandon Illich will have to push hard to create an opportunity.
Jacobus Besson is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car.
Jacobus Besson will be happy having put themselves into 5th in this qualifying session. It's a game of inches now as Sean Mater tails JP Brand closely, ready to capitalize on any mistake. A great pass for Sean Mater as they pick off other drivers and move up the field. Meanwhile, JP Brand has lost ground.
Go, 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 that's what we want to see.
So, John, considering the high speeds and split-second decision-making involved in racing, what's the impact of even a minor lapse in concentration?
A minor lapse in concentration can have significant consequences, Lucy. It could lead to an off-track excursion, a loss of position, or even a collision. That's why it's crucial for drivers to stay focused and alert throughout the race.
Jamie Nichols is giving it their all as they chase down JP Brand in P1.
Jamie Nichols is looking to close the 0.3 second gap and make a pass.
It's an intense battle for position as Sean Motter tries to outmaneuver Greg Hoffert. This is edge-of-your-seat racing. An impressive showing from Sean Motter, who has gained positions and left Greg Hoffert in the dust.
Yes, but they have to keep pushing hard. This race is far from over, and anything can happen. Sean Motter needs to stay focused and keep driving with skill and determination.
You know, John, as a former racing driver yourself, can you give us some insights into what goes through a driver's mind during these quieter moments in a race?
Sure, Lucy. During these moments, drivers often take the opportunity to assess their race strategy, monitor their car's performance, and plan their next move. It's all about staying focused and finding the right time to strike.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
They say rubbing is racing, but if Jacobus Bassen gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
Jamie Nichols wants to get into JP Brand's slipstream. It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Greg Hoffert, who is currently in P4. But Sean Motter is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Greg Hoffert. This is where the race gets really interesting. Jacobus Basson is closing in on Joni Geldenhuys.
The gap between them is just over 0.4 seconds, which can feel like miles if you're trailing and not catching up.
Looks like Jamie Nichols is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curbs aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control.
Wow, Jacobus Basson is really pushing hard to catch up to Joni Geldenhuys. There's blood in the water for 6th place.
This battle between Jacobus Bassen and Joni Geldenhuys is so intense, you could cut the tension with a knife, or should I say, with a front wing.
The crowd is on its feet as Jamie Nichols chases down JP Brand through Valvoline Gerade.
Jamie Nichols is so close to JP Brand that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
This is what high-octane racing looks like. Jacobus Basson is breathing down the neck of Joni Geldenhuys, not giving them any room to relax.
The slightest mistake from either driver could lead to a meeting with the barriers, and nobody wants an impromptu autograph session with the wall.
Look at that, Jamie Nichols is hot on the tail of JP Brand. The tension is building as Jacobus Basson trails behind Joni Geldenhuys. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Joni Geldenhuys is pushing to maintain the lead, while Jacobus Basson is working to close in and challenge for the position. The pressure is on for Jonathan Visser as they try to catch up to Ernest Basson.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Jonathan Visser needs to stay patient and wait for Ernest Bassen to make a mistake.
It looks like Jonathan Visser is making a move. The gap to Ernest Basson is now down to 0.2 seconds.
He'll be looking for a mistake to pounce on.
Well, it looks like we have a bit of a traffic jam on the track.
It's like rush hour out there. I mean, I know we're in a race, but can't we all just get along?
You can wish all you want, but I don't think that's how racing works, John. These drivers are here to win, and they'll do whatever it takes to get ahead.
I guess you're right, but wouldn't it be great if they all just stopped for high fives and fist bumps?
The adrenaline is pumping as Jonathan Visser gets within striking distance of Ernest Besson in their race for 8th. Tactics are clearly going to play an important part in this race.
They are gonna need to look after their tyres and will want to keep something in them for the crucial latter stages, as their tyres wear and fuel levels deplete and the handling changes.
And don't forget the track grip increases as more rubber gets laid down.
Indeed, the conditions are constantly changing and the drivers need to adapt, otherwise it can cost crucial time and jeopardize their position.
The race is heating up as Sean Motter in 3rd closes in on Jamie Nichols. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Sean Mater in 3rd determined to catch up. But we know Jamie Nichols isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Sean Mater is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
In racing, anything can, and usually does, happen, especially in such an epic showdown.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Jonathan Visser must be laser focused on Ernest Besson's every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Peter Geldenhuys trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Jonathan Visser. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. Peter Geldenhuys is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to Jonathan Visser to 0.4 seconds. Huge shout out to the admins at Simspeed Motorsports for making this all possible. Without their hard work and dedication, we wouldn't be able to witness this incredible event.
That's right, Lucy, and the excitement is electric. I can feel it in my circuits. I mean, this is the kind of race that people will be talking about in the bar. We're witnessing history in the making.
The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Peter Geldenhuys in 10th chases after Jonathan Visser. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Peter Geldenhuys needs to find a way to close the gap.
Absolutely, Peter Geldenhuys in 10th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
Ernest Besson is running 10th. They are trying to catch Peter Geldenhuys. The pursuit is on. Peter Geldenhuys is closing the gap on Jonathan Visser, determined to claim P8. This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Ernest Besson will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
It's going to be tough for Ernest Besson, as Peter Geldenhuys seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Ernest Besson pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Peter Geldenhuys is holding 9th, but Ernest Besson is right on their tail. He's pulling away. Peter Geldenhuys is increasing the gap to Ernest Besson. It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Lucy. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
It's a battle of wills out there, with Ernest Besson trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Peter Geldenhuys. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Breaking update. Oh dear, Ernest Besson has had an incident. The delta between Peter Geldenhuys in 9th and Jonathan Visser remains over a second, but Peter Geldenhuys is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 4 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
That's right, Peter Geldenhuys in 9th knows they have to push to the limit if they want to catch up. But Jonathan Visser is no slouch, and they're going to be pushing just as hard. It's a battle of skill and will out there.
A brilliant maneuver from Peter Geldenhuys, who has just moved up the field. It doesn't seem like things are going to plan for Sean Motter, as they have a big gap ahead of them to close at this point in time. Oh, the Ernest Besson is in trouble.
They're coming up fast on Jonathan Visser, and there's no way they're going to be able to slow down in time.
Looks like someone needs to tell Ernest Besson that this isn't a demolition derby. That kind of driving just won't cut it at this level. Great driving from Ernest Besson, who has just gained a place and moved up to 9th.
That's what we like to see. Ernest Besson is really showing their class today.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Sean Motter, who is currently in P3. But Jamie Nichols is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Sean Motter.
It's moments like these that make motorsports so exciting. We're witnessing a battle of skill and strategy between two great drivers, with Sean Mater in third determined to catch up. But we know Jamie Nichols isn't just going to hand it to them on a plate. Sean Mater is going to have to take it. It should be an interesting battle to watch as long as they can close that gap.
The tension is building as Joni Geldenhuys trails behind Jacobus Besson. The gap is slowly but surely decreasing, and the pressure is mounting. Jacobus Besson is pushing to maintain the lead, while Joni Geldenhuys is working to close in and challenge for the position. Looking at the lap times, Joni Geldenhuys is not currently on pace with Jacobus Besson. Maybe they'll get a chance to see where they can improve.
Hopefully Johnny Geldenhuys can find some of that time they're losing and get it back.
The race is heating up as Sean Motter in third closes in on Jamie Nichols. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight. The battle for 6 is heating up as Joni Geldenhuys tries to catch Jacobus Besson in P6.
With just 0.3 seconds between them, Johnny Geldenhuys will need to close the gap to have hopes of a pass.
Good news for Joni Geldenhuys, the gap to Jacobus Besson has decreased. It's now down to 0.1 seconds. The track conditions are looking good here today. The drivers will be able to push the cars to the limit, and it's going to make for some exciting racing. This is what it's all about, folks. Joni Geldenhuys is in hot pursuit of Jacobus Besson, who's just trying to stay ahead.
As a former driver, I can tell you there's nothing quite like the adrenaline rush when you're this close to your rival, ready to make your move.
It looks like Sean Motter is pushing hard to catch up to Jamie Nichols. That's not a small gap, but Sean Motter has what it takes to challenge for the position. It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Oh, this is getting intense. Sean Motter is just a few car lengths behind Jamie Nichols.
Sean Mater needs to focus if they want to make a move and pass Jamie Nichols.
This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Joni Geldenhuys is chasing Jacobus Besson in P6.
This is not going to be an easy pass to make.
And that, folks, is how it's done. A solid performance and great win from JP Brand. Jamie Nichols never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish.
Impressive performance. They pushed themselves to the limit for a fantastic second-place finish.
That was an outstanding performance from Sean Motter. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium. Greg Hoffert, Sandon Iliffe, Jacobus Besson, and Joni Geldenhuys take 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. In 8th, it's Peter Geldenhuys. Taking 10th is braking development. It looks like Jonathan Visser has been called into the pits. Ninth is Ernest Besson. Ernest Besson is in the pits.